Cancer, this is Inspire 2016 with your monthly reading for the month of June 2020, focusing on your career and work life. I hope that you have a good month so far for the month of May, and let's see what is in store for you for June. So I hope that you are going through a good time in the month of May, and I hope you are still in the good health as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first card for you presenting the present position of your spread towards the beginning of the month, you have the Six of Club. So this was amazing card basically. So the beginning of the month, it looks like that you are getting a kind of good news in some way. Maybe you have been fighting for it and you finally be able to get it. So this can be like an investment, or it can also be like if you are looking for a new job. So basically you win the contest, or basically you win the, or you actually can you get the job basically. So this can be one of the things that show this card in your spread. But on the other side is also like, you maybe if you have been wondering what you needed to do next, maybe like setting up your own business. Many people are doing so right now during these pandemics because they have been let go by their employer. So it doesn't mean everything is bad, like everything is in your hand right now and you are responsible for that. So if you are thinking of that, maybe you could start your own business, which is a good thing too. Otherwise you can also start with the freelancing and all of that. I think you still can be able to get some gigs online, and this can be also one of the things that can be a good deal for you. So the next card that you are presenting, the influence card or the bridge cards towards the middle of the month, you have the Eight of Heart. So the Eight of Heart here indicates that I think because of this job or because of this offer, it's actually asking you to leave your current situations. So I'm not sure if you are planning to leave your current place, or have been thinking of changing your locations during these pandemics. But if it is something that you already decided, then it would be a good thing to wait possibly until the middle of June, or after Mercury goes direct, which is by the end of June as well, because you will get to have a very easy move if you do that. Like maybe the flight get canceled, or there are a lot of hurdles, there are a lot of red tapes during your travel if you do so in the beginning of the month of June. So possibly wait until middle to the end of June, which is much better time. So the next card that you have representing the past position of your spread, you have the Five of Clubs. So the Five of Clubs here indicates that basically you go from 5 to 6, isn't it? So it's actually making you feel like you have been fighting against the wall, or like trying your best to get noticed by your employer, by these individuals, or the company that you are working for or that you wanted to work for. And that can be sometimes it's really frustrating because somehow they are very hard to reach, and especially during these pandemics, many companies are actually very selective, and most of the company are actually freeze hiring. So if you can do your best to convince them that you are worth the investment, then you will be able to succeed. So you have to be more resilient and fighting for your rights as well. So the next card that you have representing the things that you learned from the past, you have the Ace of Clubs. So yeah, it looks like that the offer is actually coming before this. Maybe has been long time before the pandemic. So if this is something that you have done in the past, maybe in the month of January or February, and it's actually coming back during this time, maybe this can be an answer of your prayer. and this can be something that you have been waiting for. Like the hiring process cannot be easy right now, so it takes like 2 3 or even 5 months, at least. If you can do it well within 3 or 4 times selection process, then you will get hired. And that's basically how the companies these days are minimizing the risk to hire a wrong candidate, and you need to accept that too. So the next strategy representing the things that you need to let go of, you have the Ten of Heart. So basically, because you have to move, basically you need to leave your loved one or your families. If possibly during this pandemic, it's quite hard if you wanted to leave, if you want to move with your families, because it can be a hurdle. So what you can do is actually try to set up the place first, and then once everything get better, then actually inviting your family's members, like your loved one, your kids, your spouse, to get over and live with you. Because to be honest, it's actually hard for someone, if let's say if you have to work in different countries or different states, to set up a new place for you. Even though some people, they don't care, they just go with their loved one and with the family that they have, because they actually don't have choice for that. That actually, it depends on your situation though, but if that is the case, then you have to do it. So the next that you have representing the future cards towards the end of the month, you have the Five of Diamonds. So be careful on your saving though. So this card is actually giving you a lot of warnings actually. Don't spend more than what you can earn. So basically that is the main topics here. So if you haven't got the job, possibly don't expect to, let's say, rent an expensive place or an expensive room or house. So it's better to go within your budgets until you get your first paycheck in some way. So if this is about like an unemployment benefit and things like that, so basically you have to be saving your pennies in some way. So try not to overspend your budgets, and try to stick to what you have planned. During this pandemic, during this crisis, actually many people are actually struggling managing their money in some way. So you have to be very very good at managing those, so that you can actually last longer until this crisis get over. So lastly, here to clarify the whole reading, at the bottom of the deck you have the Six of Heart. So this card is actually very good in some way to clarify the whole reading. It's actually giving you the affirmations that actually this heart condition will pass, would rather quickly for you, compared to the other people. But the thing is that you need to be careful as well, not to get into a wrong choices. So you have to be careful on what other choices you have to make. Especially don't go into debt. Try not to borrow monies and things like that if you don't have to. And also try not to sign anything new within this period until the mid-June, after the Mercury goes direct, because in that point in time it will be much more stable and much more certain. Otherwise it can be a very difficult time to revert it back. So try not to do anything new or sign a new deal in that period of time, but after that it will be okay. So I think that's overall readings here. I hope that this reading is helpful, and if you do like it, just click like, and if you haven't subscribed, click subscribe and push the bell icon so that you get the notification every time we publish a new video. And if you want to donate to our channel, you can do so by sending your donation via PayPal to this email. And see you next month. Thank you.